Yo, welcome, episode 128, I think, of Franco's World. Gonna be a fun one today. We had a little hiatus, myself and my pal, Mr. TB.
Howdy!
We've been out of commission a little bit, and by that we've been doing a lot of traveling, doing a lot of working, doing a lot of extracurriculars, and haven't had the optimum time to record. But we have the optimum time to record tonight, which will be out tomorrow on Wednesday, the 13th of April. A lot has happened in the past couple weeks. Let's get down to it. I turned 26. I turned 26 last week. That was a lot of fun. I'm now off my parents' health insurance, and the job that I have, I don't get health insurance from them for another month and a half. So I have just like a month and a half where I just can't get hit by a car. So that's where I'm at right now in life. It's good though. 26, feel good. Living large, in charge, having a lot of fun. Before we get into my stuff, because I feel like my stuff's going to take a while, because I got birthday stuff and life stuff and comedy stuff and everything. I'm very curious in these past 2 weeks, what's been going on with you, TB? What's new in your world?
Well, Franklin, there's a little bit of, I've been dealing with a little bit of shift of change at work lately. A little shift change at work. Things are changing for me. I've met some pretty good friends in the last. Shoot, man, when's the last time we did one of these?
It's been a couple weeks, bro. March Madness had not started yet.
Yeah, we did the bracket. We did
Tyler. We did the lost tapes.
Oh yeah, you didn't release that one.
We did a lost tapes.
Yeah, that one sucked. Anyway, I've been
Speaking of sucked, boy, this transition is bad. Speaking of old episodes we did, your sister came up to me, and that would have been bad had I gone with the first transition. But your sister came up to me. I was back in our hometown last weekend, and one of Grant's sisters came up to me and said, "Hey, I listened to that episode with Grant," and I was like, "Oh, the new one where he's like the co-pilot." And she's like, "No," and she listened to like an old one, and she's like, "It was so bad," and I was like, "Why would you tell me that? That's mean."
I mean the old, like, it had to have been the one with me and you and Tyler and.
No, that one was good. I stand by that one being good.
Well, yeah, but we're biased because it was just us in my basement hanging out.
That's what we do, though. We hang out at your basement.
That's the best. I mean, that's the best content you're gonna ever get, really. I mean, we're the bells of the ball.
We're the bells of the ball.
Yeah.
And
so,
the fact that we haven't had cameras in there sort of logging our hangouts is stupid.
Oh yeah, we should have nipped this in the bud years ago, but
Then we just would have been like every other like group of like white dudes. It's just like, oh, let's start a podcast, and I didn't really want to do that, so I sort of like lone rangered it. But then I found my way back home, and I'm just talking to my fellow white friend about incoherent nonsense for 40 minutes.
Yeah. I'm not sure why you had to. Include the white part, but it's not a lie. I don't
know. So you went to a music festival?
Oh yes, that was the next part. So I've since my birthday on the 22nd of February, 2/22/22.
Yep.
That
all around.
That special one. Dude, it's funny. Every time I like get ID'd or anything, they're like, "Oh, cool birthday this year." I was like, "Yeah."
And this is the only year that's ever going to be a thing?
Yeah, I was like, well. Anyway, so since my birthday, we've just kind of been hanging out here in sunny Charleston, South Carolina, the Low Country, if you will. And we've just been really letting loose the last month and a half.
Like, what type of music is it? Where'd you go?
And that was all leading up to me and my friend, who I don't I don't care. I just won't name him, I guess, because I haven't asked him. We all know this person. If you're listening, you know this person. Yep. But yeah, me and my friend, we went to it was in Live Oak, Florida. It was a smaller music festival. It was mostly like experimental bass music.
Experimental bass music. What is that?
Yeah. So I guess it could mostly be compared to dubstep, but it's more of like it's a little more. I don't know the word to describe it.
Heavy? I don't know anything about dubstep. I didn't even know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean there are several different genres to the kind of music that I usually frequent.
I just didn't even know that there were subsects.
Oh yeah, there's tons. I mean, there's house music, there's techno, there's garage, there's jungle, there's and then there's dubstep, which has like all these different kinds of subgenres to it. And this one's kind of like I wouldn't call it heavier. It's not like in your face kind of heavy, but it is like I guess it's more. It's kind of psychedelic in a way. So it like.
So people are like going to these festivals and they're not showering for 4 days and they're just wild now.
Correct. I only went for the 2 days, 2 nights. Slept in an 8-person tent alone on my queen size air mattress.
Yo, that sounds tight. 8-person tent.
Yeah, no,
8-person tent by yourself, dude. That's a luxury resort.
It's sick. Yeah, you have all kinds of room. Yeah, it's. I need to clean it. It's stunk. But yeah, I was with that friend, and we just we really just honestly people watched for 2 days because you got all kinds of interesting people there, and
you do.
And yeah, that was down in Florida, and then I came back and back to real life for a little bit, and I guess it's been a week and a half since that happened, and now I'm back here just working and living the life.
That's what's up, dog. Well, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you made it back safely. I know your body was shutting down there at the end of your trip.
Oh, right. I got extremely ill when I came back.
Dying, bro.
Oh, I was bad. Sunday night came around and I took a shower and I started feeling it in my bones, kind of.
I think we might have about to been to record or something.
We were about to actually play Fortnite. Yeah. But I started feeling like I was gonna have a fever, and then like an hour later I was like ill, like deathly ill, and that lasted about 2 days. It immediately went away. I did have a fever of like 102 for a day, but the following day I felt almost good as new, and then the following day I was back to normal. So now I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Heck yeah, man. Love that. I'm happy you're alive and breathing so we can do this episode. I know that people have been clamoring for it. They liked you on the last one. I think that's the last one I even did. I haven't interviewed a comic in so long. That's on me. Honestly, it's so weird me living in New York now. Because I live where every other comic, well, I guess every other New York comic lives. Like, there's an abundance of New York comedians. And when I lived in West Virginia, I didn't really have a lot to live for, so to speak. So I had optimum time to just, like, maneuver around and interview comics every week and just be like, okay, yeah, I can fit this time. Oh, yeah, this time. Oh, I can definitely do this time. Because, like, I worked whenever I wanted to work, and I didn't do anything. I was stuck in my parents' house. So now I'm up here, and I'm, like, juggling, like, work, doing stand-up myself, girl stuff, friend stuff, basketball, maintaining fitness, and I'm trying to do all that stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, I can meet a person for a podcast on Sunday at 2 o'clock, and it's like, well, I might be doing a mic then, and so there's all this stuff, and now that I'm traveling a lot lately, 2 times this month, so I guess not really a lot. I don't like that you're laughing.
It just was funny. I'm sorry.
But now that I'm, I plan on traveling more and doing more things, like potentially on the road. Now that's like the weekend is like, okay, that's travel stuff. So it's tough. It's really tough to try to try to interview comics, and I don't have the equipment to interview them in person. So it's a whole rigmarole, but I got to do it. I want to do it. I love talking to people, so got to do it. You know. Let's see. I turned 26. I normally get really sad on my birthday. Grant, do you get sad on your birthday?
Usually I do, yeah. But this year was good. It was like a satisfying birthday for the first time in like a couple years. So, but I do know what you mean. And I do every year. It gets a little more like, oh no.
Every year, Christmas, New Year's, and my birthday, I'm very upset. And this Christmas, I think I cried a little bit. This New Year's, oh man, I had that debacle with a person. And it's kind of funny. I bring that up. First off, let me go back to the birthday thing, and then I'll bring up the New Year's thing. But as far as the birthday thing goes, I normally get really bummed out and I get really sad on my birthday. I think I just build things up, and then whenever they don't inevitably turn out the way I want them to, I just get really bummed out. And it's nobody's fault but my own to like conjure these things up in my mind to build them to a certain level. And when they don't get there, I get upset. So there's really no need to get upset. But this year, with the abundance of people that reached out to me and told me happy birthday and said all these nice things, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel really good. And anytime somebody says happy birthday to me, I don't just say, hey, thanks. Like, I say, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Like, I like this thing that you're doing. I like that thing that you're doing. Just try to make it more genuine. And because I think I put a lot of good out there in the world, I really it makes me feel really good when I get good back from my friends. All right, not to sound too conceited, but I do think I'm more good than bad.
No, you're totally fine. That's kind of the reason why mine was so good. I feel like I got shouted out a bunch. You know, that always feels really good, especially
your shout out was fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, you're my guy. So, well, she's a guy. So,
but as far as the New Year's thing goes, so now I got to talk about this.
Yes, please.
You know a little bit about what happened. Because you know the podcast episode where I talk about, almost roast another human on this earth about their weirdness. And it's kind of funny. That episode has been brought up to me twice in the past, 2 weeks. And the person that was involved in that episode, I deleted them, blocked them, muted them from everything in my life. Almost protection from me, because I didn't want them to get mad at me, but also a little bit for themselves. I don't know. And then I found text messages on my computer, because apparently if you block somebody, your text still goes through a computer, which is the dumbest thing in the world. I can't believe they do that. And apparently she listened to the episode, and I got roasted pretty hard. I got to get talking to. And I looked at the text messages by squinting, just so technically I could read them. So I got it out of sight, out of mind, and just hit X really quick. So I didn't really read it, but I do know it was there, and it was very long. And I don't know. I felt like I was I felt like a scumbag for half a day. I felt like a scumbag because I was like, man, I guess I really upset this person. And then I talked to my sister about this. She said, I doubt that crazy person is losing sleep over you. So you shouldn't lose sleep over her. You're putting too much weight into her opinion. I said, that's valuable life info, putting too much weight into others' opinions. And she said, her opinion cannot sustain you, and it is not worthy of your energy. That is why it's stressful to you, because her opinion is failing you and can't hold your emotions. So they fall back onto you doubly, that doesn't make sense, and build toxic cycle. Here's what you do. Take your thought captive, realize it's a lie, and release.
Your sister said all that?
My sister said all that.
That's profound, man.
What's up with me and my family saying these profound things?
That's really profound. That honestly almost brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah. It made me realize that there's no reason to put thoughts into people's opinions that I don't really, not that I don't value, because I think everybody has value, but if they've done me wrong, and they did do me wrong, and I didn't throw the first punch, so I threw the second punch, and and I'm worried about the reaction of the secondary punch. They're living their own life. I can't be responsible for their thoughts and feelings. Now, if I'm actively doing something continuously, then yeah, it might be my fault. But it's like baseball. Hey, you hit our guy with a pitch. Okay, well then I'm gonna hit your guy with a pitch. Eye for an eye, and it's over. I got my New Year's ruined by a almost borderline stalker, or like what was a pest, a sexual pest. So I threw a shot. I threw a shot back and talked about how I felt very uncomfortable by a sexual pest and what have you. And there we go. So it's even. And then so I took that thought captive of me being a scumbag, and I realized I'm not a bad person, and then I let it go. So that's what happened. And that episode got brought up to me on Saturday by a fan, and I say fan because they are a fan of my work, and they came to my comedy show on Saturday, and they said, hey, I listened to that New Year's episode, and I was like, oh, it's funny you say that, because I found these old text messages, and now I feel bad. Da-da-da. So yeah, I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. I like to feel good.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, this past weekend, now this is the long thing, G. Here we go. Here's the long part of the episode, folks. Saturday, I got to do a comedy show, sold out comedy show in my hometown. 350 plus people opening up for these great acts, these great comedians. And it was better than I could have asked for. The flight situation was a little messed up. Part of it was on me. Part of it was on the airlines. It all worked out in the end. Okay. I did 20 minutes. Great stuff. Had him going the whole way. It was my first time my parents have ever seen me do stand-up, Grant. And my parents have always believed in me. And they've always said, do whatever you would like to do. And I love that support. But now there's almost sort of like a validation to it. Like they've seen it in action. Like, okay, yeah, he wants to do this every night forever. But can he? Okay, yeah, he can. Now we're going to support him actively. I think that's sort of what happened. So the gig, I get there, I fly in on Saturday, or I fly in on Friday. Get there a couple hours early, mic check, sound check, hang out in the green room, meet the other comics, make a good connection with them, talk the talk, rework the show a little bit so we know who's doing what have you. I go up there and do my thing, and people were asking me before the show, because there was a large population in the crowd that probably knew who I was, or knew of me, and, they were asking me, oh, are you nervous? Are you nervous? And I wasn't, bro. I wasn't at all. I was just excited. I just, couldn't wait to do it, to see if there's any sort of fruits of my labor coming to fruition there on stage in my hometown. And they did. So, I'm doing this material, I'm doing great. After the show, or at least my portion of the show is over, and people are texting me, my phone is blowing up. No other. And I get to, see all these people from my hometown, or people that, my babysitter, my therapist, my dentist, all these people. And funny story about my dentist, I want to give a shout out to him. I won't reveal his name if he doesn't want his name revealed, but I want to give a shout out to my dentist, because my dentist, first off, he's hilarious. He lets me do an hour of material in his chair. Whenever I go in to get my teeth cleaned, I just sit there and do jokes. But he goes, how I heard about you doing this show, and you know why I'm here? I was like, no, why? He goes, I listened to an episode of your podcast where you talked about this, and I showed up. So the podcast is working, folks. It's working.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got it.
I'm sorry.
It was great. I don't know if any of your family was there, G. Someone told me they were, but I don't think they were.
I doubt they were, because I didn't hear anything about it. So I don't. I don't know.
Okay, but so the show's going great. Everybody talking to me afterward. Everybody, a lot of people wanted to take photos with me, which I thought was an interesting thing. A lot of people wanted to come up to me and meet me and shake my hand and talk to me. And anytime somebody in the audience talked to me after the show, they were like, "You were so funny, this and that." And I shook their hand and I looked them in the eye and I said, "Thank you very much. I'm Franklin. What's your name?" Trying to make a genuine connection with these people.
Nice.
And I think I did. And I think I got a lot of new fans and a lot of new listeners out of it. And a really cool thing happened that not a lot of people know about this show, other than getting to meet these top pro comics, these great guys, and making a nice connection with them and working with them. One of them was staying in the luxury hotel in our hometown, Blennerhassett, and he was driving back to his home that night because he didn't want to stay in Westwood Parkersburg. And I get it. Wanted to go back to his hometown, or not his hometown, the town where he lives. And he goes, "Where are you staying tonight?" And I go, "My parents' house. That I'm from here. I'm just gonna stay with them." He goes, "No, you're not." And he handed his key on the table in the green room. He goes, "Stay here. Stay in my suite at Blennerhassett." And I did. And you can find, I realized I said this before, you can find this on a podcast episode somewhere out there. I've said this. Where all I wanted to do was do a sold-out show in my hometown and then stay a night at the Blennerhassett. Because I thought that was such a cool, like, entertainer thing to go do the gig and then stay at the nice hotel in the city. And I got to do that of essentially my 26th birthday. And I thought it was going to happen later in life, and it happened a lot quicker. I'm very thankful for it because I didn't foresee that coming. That's just like a random act thing that happened. And I can't believe it happened to me. So I felt so good. And for the past few weeks, I've been working on being more present, because I think that's something I struggle with, because I worry about the future a lot, and I guess I dwell on the past as well. And I sort of, as far as the Venn diagram goes of the two big circles of past and future, the present is very small for me. I'm not really focused on it a lot. I'm always worried about the future or dwelling about the past as something I could have done better. So I think the circle is getting a little bit bigger in the middle, and I think I'm starting to focus on the present more. I was very, very present during my time back home and very, very present during my time on stage. I think I have to be present when I'm on stage, I guess I'm always thinking of the next joke, which I could be future, but I think I think I'm feeling a lot better mentally. The weather's getting nicer. I'm doing a lot more comedy stuff, doing a lot more shows. But yeah, man, the show is incredible. I mean, 350 plus people, had them going the whole way. I don't want to put the K word on it, but some people will put the K word on it. K word meaning kill. I see my face. They have me on the TV channel I used to watch all the legends on growing up, Grant. And yeah, like, it's an NBC local affiliate, but that was my affiliate. That was the affiliate. That was the NBC affiliate that I would watch. So I'd watch, Tonight Show. I'd watch Conan. I'd watch SNL. I'd watch all these greats on that channel. And then I see my face walking around on that channel. And it was really cool. And this might get a little bit sappy. And this is probably it's a complete hypothetical situation. When I was a kid, I would stay up and watch the news and wait for the Tonight Show or SNL or what have you, and I'd have my TV with my rabbit ears and I'd watch it, and I'd be like, man, I can't wait. Like, I would love to do that someday. I hope maybe there's one weird kid out there who is, for some reason, 10 years old and loves the news, and he watches the local news every night, and he also loves jokes, and he sees jokes being told in his hometown. And they say, Parkersburg comedian, Franklin Miller. And then he realizes it's an obtainable thing to do fun, to be a comic. And it's a fun thing to do. And you get to pursue your passions and your goals and your dreams. And it doesn't really matter where you're from, as long as you put the work in. And I hope there's one kid out there, boy, girl, whoever, and they get, somewhat inspired to do the thing that I got inspired by watching the same TV channel. I don't know, Grant, is that too sappy?
I mean, I don't feel sad right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. No, I mean that makes sense. It's like the kid. All I could think about for a second was that kid, the one lone comment on the part when Doug Dennis hit that
Oh,
game
yeah, yeah,
winner
yeah. Doug Dennis.
On YouTube, and it was like a kid, and he was like, "Man, I love South. I go to Jackson," or something like that, which is not a school that
Which is a
that
feeder school for the other high school, Parkersburg High School.
correct, and it was just that's just what I could think of. That these people aren't going to get the context of that joke, but I just wanted
The
to let you know.
context of that joke is our high school is good at basketball and the rival high school is not that great at basketball, and we beat them on a buzzer beater our junior year of high school.
In
This tape is on,
sectionals, in
huh?
sectionals, in the sectionals.
In the playoffs, and our student section rushed the court probably before the clock even hit 0. And there's still video evidence out there. I think you can see me. I don't know if you can see Grant, but I definitely have seen myself sprinting. And there's one comment on it, and it's just a kid who's like, "Man, I love South, but I go to the other school's feeder school." I don't know why that inspired him, but maybe there's a kid out there that
Hey, I hope he got to go to South. I hope he was
I
like,
like to
Mom.
think. I
I hope
like
he
to
was
think
like,
it is.
Mom, Dad, I want to go to South.
And then
And
on
then
Christmas, they're like, "Son, we know
yeah,
you've
that was
wanting.
his big Christmas present.
We got you transferred to the other public high school."
We lied, and you get to go to South now.
We lied, but then they just live in your neighborhood, so they don't even have to lie. Like they can just say they live there and go to either school. Is that
No,
how
I
it
mean,
works?
no, I mean, this person you're referring to specifically that I know, they had to lie. I mean, it's been. I almost made a. I almost started singing that song. It's been known that they had to lie about going to the school for academics instead of sports. That was the big thing. As if you said you were going because of academics because you believe that their academics would like benefit your child more.
Yeah, except it's the same curriculum, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it's all in West Virginia, so like,
It's the same city.
what are we really learning anyway?
How many state championships did those people that went to the other high school get?
Oh, I don't at that sport that person played.
Or plural, people?
0.
Oh, okay.
Well, a couple of them might have. No, they were all no. Wait,
So we got the same amount.
one of them might have, but not probably the one you would think of.
Oh, okay.
I think one of them got it their freshman year.
Okay. So the same amount is what I got. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know why this has become about South soccer.
yeah. This has gone off the freaking rails, man.
I don't think so. We had a party a couple weeks ago. It was really good. I'm throwing a party this weekend, Grant, at my house, and
Yeah,
I would love for
I
you to make it. I know you can't, so I'm gonna have to have a party sometime when you're up here. I'm not gonna lie to you, bud. I am stressing about invites.
I know. I know because we've spoke about this before. You told me all about how stressed you are about the invites, but I think you'll be okay.
I just want a good ratio.
I mean, I know. I know. You've expressed this to me IRL. I think it'll happen for you. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that you cannot. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that you cannot put this together the way you want it to.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're totally welcome, man.
I think I'm gonna stand at my door and just be like, "That's 5. That's 5. That's 5."
Sunglasses on.
Yeah, dude, sunglasses on. That's 5. That's 5. That's 5. Whoa, 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 whoa! Who do you know? You. That's 5.
It's fine.
I don't care. I'll charge girls too, bro.
Charge them all the same amount.
Yeah. No, guys, I'll charge like $6.50. So you have to carry change.
That's fair. I mean, like, oh, I'd be so mad at you. Like, they're like exact change only. Get out.
Exact change. No hats. No white shirts.
No, man. No, man. Get out. Get out.
What if I said that? No hats. No hats.
Dude, you look like I'm sorry.
You can curse.
I was gonna say, dude, you look like shit. Get out of here.
I'm excited. I've already curated a playlist. It's 100 songs right now. It'll probably grow. A lot of dance music, a lot of good background music. I gotta get my place cleaned up ASAP before this party, bro.
You know, Franklin, while you don't exactly like dabble in the same exact music as me, we both have one thing in common, and we can set a vibe, and I trust that you're gonna do that for this party that you're excited about.
Okay, we're vibe curators.
Vibe curators. That's actually what I was hired at. That's my title
For this show?
for everything.
Did you ever work? We'll talk about this to end it. Did you ever work like a customer service gig?
I mean,
Oh wait, no, not that one. I mean, like when you were younger.
I've worked only in customer service.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Like retail.
I mean, that is customer service, but like I have only pretty much worked in customer service roles, but not retail. No, because I wouldn't do that to myself because I love my life.
Can you talk about your time at Dunkin Donuts, please?
I mean, what is there to say? Like,
dude, I forgot you worked there.
Yeah, well, okay, so yeah, I'll talk about my time.
Your Twitter, like AV was you like LeBron posing with a bunch of donuts.
It was in my little brown apron and my little brown hat, with my,
brown on brown,
with my white polo.
I used to go to Dunkin Donuts. All right, so we'd have 2 days in soccer and stuff like that. This is my junior year. No, I just got my license. This is probably like sophomore year, late sophomore year, or junior year. I don't know. But I would get, after morning training, I would go and get donuts and like iced coffee and like sit there and eat donuts with like a couple teammates, or go to Charlie's house and eat donuts. Like I was a donut fiend from D&D when it first came out. And then I fell off.
Yeah. It was pretty big news for about a year, I would say.
I would get the Oreo coladas.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Working there was pretty much where I started liking coffee. But yeah, I got hired there as a punishment for.
We're good on that.
Yeah, no, like we don't. I'm not gonna. But as a punishment, and worked there, and I remember on the first day of like our orientation, the franchisee was like, "If I catch you stealing a donut hole, I'll prosecute you."
What?
Yeah, swear to God. And this is like a well-known person in our area as far as like businessmen go. But yeah, he was like, he kept like listing things that he would prosecute us for, and I was
Why does he keep saying the word prosecuted?
I don't know. He made a big deal about that, as if we were all like little thieves, as if it was some sort of like boot camp for kleptos or something. But yeah, and then I worked there until it was awful. It really was a terrible job. It was a high turnover rate. I'm surprised I lasted as long as I did, which is about 4 to 6 months, I believe.
That's a good run.
The day I quit, I got about 2 hours of sleep on New Year's Eve, and I had to work New Year's Day. And I went in there, and then I think they like sent me home sick, but I ended up never ever going back or or touching base with them about anything at
You
all.
just no called, no showed, and you're just.
I did, and I'm not proud of that. I don't do that. I haven't done that since. But I actually, I did get hired once to a job where I no called, no showed, and quit. Actually, I just
Was that the Ponzi scheme gig?
Actually, yeah, no, I just remembered that one too. So it's 3 total times I no called, no showed.
You go, that's the only time I did it. Actually, I did it 2 more times.
Yeah, but I think that's it.
That was the Ponzi scheme gig, though?
Yeah, well...
But that was the right thing to do. They suck.
Yeah. It was terrible. It was a light Ponzi scheme. Like,
It was light. It was a light Ponzi scheme.
It was like a light Ponzi scheme. But anyway, yeah. So, that's Dunkin Donuts.
That's D&D's, folks, and that's the episode of Franco's World. Remember to subscribe, tell your friends about it, and listen. Apparently, we have a lot of listeners, and I mean, by apparently, I mean I know we have a lot of listeners. I see the downloads, I see the large amount of people that listen to the show, and I see people that come up to me in person and tell me, "Hey, I heard about your comedy shows from this thing," and that's great. So keep listening. All right, that's really all I have to say about that. You can find me in New York City doing stand-up every night for the rest of my life. Gonna be in Houston in 2 weeks. Gonna be in Charleston, South Carolina this summer. That'll be fun. I'm trying to line up some stuff in Arizona. I have some Scottsdale connections, and I wouldn't hate a little Charlotte action. So trying to line that up. But we shall see. But I do know that Charleston is for sure go. I'm trying to get a little fun run going on this summer for like a week. Do a bunch of shows down there, but more on that later. Follow me at Franco's World _ Follow Grant if you want to follow Grant. I don't know if Grant, you want to post your stuff.
I'm cool.
He's cool.
But I appreciate maybe like some other time.
Some other time. Yeah, we'll circle back to that. I've been saying that a lot. Circle back.
I mean, like, right. if you know me, you're already following.
If you know, you know. Thanks again. I will see you when I see you. Hope you all have a great day.